Good afternoon. I'm Dave Cheney and a member of the Immersion team. This week, our group continued to validate the Synthetic Arena product, focusing on key resource activities and costs. Over the course of the last few weeks, we have interviewed 29 gurus and 109 customers. We have also conducted a survey and received inputs from over 80 people. This week, we interviewed several sales and technology professionals and a variety of customers for feedback in our 7 resource, activity, and cost hypotheses. This week occurred to our business model canvas in the key resources and cost structure blocks. Since the original construction of our canvas, our minimum viable product has changed quite a bit. Our original product involved the use of large-scale arena-type event, requiring a significant amount of capital, construction, technology, and manning. Over the last 7 weeks, we have deemed that, at least initially, we need a product that can utilize existing infrastructure, manning, and facilities to prove the concept. There were no changes in the key activities block, as all the key activities we need for a large-scale event are still required, though several of the activities will now be performed by partners in the theater industry. Under the key resources block of the large-scale venue facility has now been replaced with the leased theater option, and under the cost structure we have added venue management vice food costs. Concessions will now be provided by the leasing theater in this structure. We also learned some very important lessons this week. Leasing a theater vice attempting initial construction or purchase of an existing venue will save money during our proof of concept phase. Costs of leasing a theater vary. In general, the cost is typically around 50% of the standard cost of all the seats in the theater. This means we will need to consider the potential of not selling all of the seats in the theater into our ticket price point. We believe there's more deals to be made out there, specifically with regard to a percentage of concessions that could be negotiated. Costs in building our own theater or even purchasing a used theater typically range in the millions and are highly variable on location, and this would result in a substantial startup cost. The existing business agreements available with DirecTV are affordable and provide most sports programming options. However, there are 2 major setbacks. You're not allowed to charge admission fee to watch the programming. And if you are a theater, you must not display any of the program in any fashion in the theater viewing area. This would be problematic for what we're trying to do. 7 hypotheses in all were evaluated. Hypothesis 1, only 2 of the gurus this week had the requisite experience to fully address this question. The gurus responded with somewhat likely, but the real answer was, it depends. There are too many variables to guarantee a profit, but the potential exists with the right partners. For hypothesis 2, while we observed that only 37.5% of customers said that they were highly likely to purchase tickets based on our hypothesis, we chose to confirm this hypothesis based on the fact that over 80% said that they were somewhat likely or highly likely to purchase these tickets. Broad discussions with these customers revealed that there was more to this metric than we had originally assigned, and customers got hung up on what type of venue and what the cost would ultimately be. Despite the positive ratings observed by both gurus and customers for hypothesis 3, we opted to reject the hypothesis, and the reason for this was that the 20% of gurus voting no was the representative from DirecTV, and considering the hypothesis was based on what DirecTV would be willing to do, his vote held a lot of weight. For hypothesis 4, while the phrasing of this hypothesis was also specific to DirecTV, we chose to confirm it based on guru feedback. It is likely that whether the channel is distributed through DirecTV or Comcast or anyone else, the contract will be good for a set price for the year. For hypothesis 5, gurus said that long-term lease agreements tend to be useful for both leaser and lessee. By signing long-term contracts, we have more room for negotiation with leasing costs and concessions. For hypothesis 6, our hypothesis was rejected unanimously by gurus, and this is predominantly due to the current state of theater operations. Typically, a theater seat is $7 to $9 to watch a movie, and up to 90% of that revenue is sent directly to an intellectual property owner. Worker salary and other operational costs are paid out of concession sales. So we're anticipating a higher price point, at least double that of a movie ticket, and we're considering reshaping this hypothesis with more specifics. For hypothesis 7, utilizing the available distribution channels will have the added benefits such as instant access to a larger customer base, and established marketing programs. Moving forward, it's clear that we need to gain additional information on intellectual property law. We also need to gain additional specifics on cost flows. This will require us to touch base with the Pac-12 network and have additional conversations with theater professionals. We have guru interviews lined up for the near future with the Seattle Seahawks, and we also have calls out to the Pac-12 network and Galaxy Theaters in an attempt to gain more information. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.